Dear gods, this was satisfyingly petty and I just had to share. A 30-year-old female, went to the grocery store to pick up prescriptions for myself and my two roommates who happened to be my amazing grandma, a 73-year-old female, and great-grandmother 94F. While on my way out, I decided to grab one of the $35 value packs of fireworks for the 4th, which was the next day. They were really excited, and it made me just as excited, as I like setting things on fire, legally. Last important note for this story is we live in a trailer park that used to be a 55-plus community. It hasn't been for at least 5 years. Anyhow, here's the juice. I went out and started setting up at sunset. I moved cars, cleaned the area up, wet the ground to cool it down and dampen the house and bark dust. I also set up a 5G water bucket about 1/3 filled to put our used fireworks into. Where I live, you can't have anything that shoots into the air like a projectile, only fountains and such are allowed. Doesn't stop people from crossing to other states to get the big boys. But I am not one of them. My neighbors were though. It will come up later, hee. So I help my 94-year-old great-grandmother down and we get set up in the driveway and start setting off a couple smaller fountains. The snaps and crackles of a couple caught us very off guard. We were having a blast. About 15 minutes into it, a car stops and waits for our current fountain to finish. Or so I thought. The driver, an elderly woman in her 70s it looked like, gets out and shouts at us that we are not allowed to shoot off fireworks on park property. I looked at her a bit dumbfounded and asked her what she said. She repeated herself and told us if we continued we would be put up for eviction from our property. I asked her if she was park management and she replied she wasn't, but she was head of the Parks Rules Committee, and had been since she moved here in 2016. We had never heard of it after living here since 2014. She snapped that it is in our rules and we need to read up on them and cease our violation of the rules or she would have us kicked out. She finally went on her way and I scoffed a little. My grandmas were both a bit shaken and told me to just stop. But I felt petty. So, with my thousands of hours of body cams and listening about entitled people on our // I looked down and remembered my phone had been recording the entire time because I was filming our fireworks. So I went for a walk, wondering who this lady was. I spotted some familiar neighbors who have been here for 20-plus years, and I asked them if we had a park rules committee. All 3 of them stared at me like I had 7 heads. Yeah, that's what I thought. I asked them about the rules and RHE eldest confirmed it wasn't allowed. But as long as we were being safe, no one was going to give us trouble. I told her about my setup and showed her the video of the lady. They were dumbfounded and said she was full of it. As I was walking back, I spotted her standing in her front yard, staring at me. It was right across from sweet old Lattice House. So I pointed and yelled, "Hey, there she is. It's the Park Rules Committee head." She glared at me and snapped, "I am the head of the Parks Rules Committee." The elderly man who walks his dog 3 times a day that was behind me scoffed and went, "No, you're not, lady. Happy 4th. She was pissed and stormed back into her house. That wasn't the pettiest part, though. Because remember my neighbors? They were a bit younger, like me. When I told them what had happened, they started setting off the biggest and loudest ones because we all live pretty close by. I hope she had a good 4th, honestly. I'll update you when I get our eviction notice. Winky face. Happy Independence Day. Stay petty, America. You know what I mean. Comment. Does your park have any sort of rules against impersonating an officer or threatening other residents? If so, would they be taken more seriously than safely lighting some legal fireworks? Opie reply, "Oh, I plan to share this with our park management for sure. It will be interesting what they have to say." Comment. You should put the video of her yelling at you on YouTube. So many great Karen videos on Karma for Karens. OP reply, I didn't get the best angle of it for YouTube, but I did poke my neighbor across the street who has the street covered in security cams to check it out for me, ha 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 ha. Comment. One happy memory from my ex-husband was when he set off larger fireworks for my grandma and I. She had so much fun. That ended up being her last 4th of July. I miss her every day. I'm so happy for you that you have your grandma and great-grandma. They are the best partners in crime anyone can ever have. Please leave your story in the comments. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to get new update. Thank you.